affects you and me and everybody who sees it.
The community is sick and tired of this vandalism.
Graffiti.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
It's Australia's $200 million problem.
It costs the state of Western Australia in excess of $30 million a year, and that is significant.
Tonight, the security camera pictures inside the police raids.
All of this property here was seized.
And the profile of a graffiti vandal.
Some of the offenders we've apprehended have been as young as 6 years of age, ranging right through to 55 years of age.
It's 6 a.m. and inside Detectives' headquarters in Northbridge,
We are going to run a warrant through his target address here.
police are preparing to raid the home of suspected train vandal Scott Roycroft.
So he's 28 years old, actively tagging trains with the other male POI who we have apprehended on the night.
Constable Nick Humphrey from the Transport Unit explains what they're looking for.
So the aim of the warrant is to identify things relevant to the offence of criminal damage. So articles for use in graffiti, namely spray paint, spray nozzles, marker paint pens and associated items.
The suspect lives with his parents. When police get there, he's not home, but the search is by no means fruitless.
We got consent to go through the premises, searched it and seized a number of items in relation to criminal damage offences.
Here's some of the loot. Albums and folders with extensive examples of graffiti. A book on graffiti alphabets from around the world. A video camera to record his own handiwork. And of course texters and spray cans, all the tools of a vandal's trade.
A lot of these guys, know where to go and they've been around the scene for years, so they know what they're doing, they know how to get the paint, how to source it.
Here are the latest pictures obtained by Today Tonight of these criminals in action, scarring our public transport network with their so-called art. Most of them know they're being recorded on security cameras. There are plenty of clear images of them, but they couldn't care less. Take a look at these two guys. Even a moving train doesn't stop them.
The damage can be quite extensive to the point where we have to replace the windows of the bus or the windows of the train so our patrons get a clear vision during their journey.
The Public Transport Authority's Steve Firmage is in the command centre, where more than 10,000 cameras on our public transport network are monitored.
If you're going to come onto our system and you're going to damage community property, it will be recorded, you will be identified, and we'll be prosecuting you to the full extent.
So who are these people? Well, according to UWA research, most offences are committed by males aged 13 to 17. They usually have behavioural issues like low self-control and aggression. They do it for social acceptance and recognition. Adults make up just 16% of offenders. Incredibly, a quarter of them are aged under 13, some as young as 6.
Often they're out there unsupervised clearly, and they're with other teenagers, other young children, and they're not only committing graffiti offences, they're committing a raft of other offences. I mean, a 6-year-old being out there committing this sort of crime is really disturbing.
The problem with graffiti is it's rarely a one-off. Police discover that 90% of the people they catch are repeat offenders. And worse than that, 63% of graffiti vandals will go on to commit other crimes, usually drug, stealing or burglary offences.
Early intervention is the key. Let's divert those kids in particular from the justice system.
Deputy Police Commissioner Stephen Brown has had a gutful of graffiti.
And that's not what West Australians are about. West Australians do care about how their neighbourhood looks and feels, and they report that to the police all the time.
In 2 years, the police Operation Eraser has netted 820 people, charged with almost 2,500 offences.
And our desire is to drive it down as much as we can.
And they are. While graffiti offences are falling, it's still a massive problem. Deputy Commissioner Brown says parents can be a big help.
If they see their children in possession of graffiti implements, spray cans, large size etching pens and the like, they can get involved there and then and do something about it.
They often love to photograph or film their crimes and upload it to social media websites, but the added notoriety also helps the cops.
Because we are monitoring what happens online all the time, and we will use that to continue the success of this campaign.
The vandals are very surprised when they do actually get put before the courts, and then the vision is actually produced in front of the magistrate, and I think they're quite embarrassed about it and ashamed.
Maybe you can help bring these offenders to justice.
If you know any of the people you see in these images tonight, get on the phone and tell us who these individuals are.